In the shadowed streets of wartime Paris, when fear and chaos reigned, a man walked unnoticed, a doctor, a savior to some, a monster to many. This is the story of Marcel Petiot, known infamously as Dr. Satan, a name that belies the horror behind his disguise. Born on the 17th of January 1897 in the small French town of Auxerre, Petiot displayed disturbing behavior even as a child. At the age of 11, he took his father's revolver to class and fired it, seemingly without reason. Later that same year, he propositioned another child. Expelled from school, arrested for theft of a postbox, his path was already dark. World War I arrived. Petiot volunteered for the French army in 1916, despite repeated psychiatric evaluations and criminal arrests. He was wounded at the Second Battle of the Aisne, suffered a breakdown, stole military blankets and morphine from wounded soldiers, and was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. Yet, after his foot was shattered by a grenade in 1918, he returned home, awarded a pension, a war veteran on paper, but irreparably changed. After the war ended, Petiot enrolled in the Accelerated Veterans Medical Program. Within 8 months, he graduated and began practicing in Villeneuve-sur-Yonne. On the surface, he was the ideal doctor, respected, efficient, educated. But beneath the surface, his old instincts returned. He prescribed addictive drugs, billed both patients and the state, carried out illegal abortions, and stole from those in his care. In 1926, Petiot met Louise Delaveau, the daughter of an elderly patient. She vanished in May. Neighbors observed the doctor loading a large trunk into his car. A few weeks later, the Yonne River spat out a trunk full of dismembered female remains. Undeterred by scandal, Petiot was elected mayor the same year and later city councilor. He played the respected civic leader while continuing his criminal schemes, including stealing electricity. By the early 1930s, Petiot moved to Paris and reinvented himself. At 66 Rue de Caumartin, he set up a prestigious practice in the heart of the city. Using forged credentials, he attracted wealthy patients. But the addiction prescribing, the thefts, the fraud continued. The respected doctor was merely a mask. When Germany invaded in 1940, Petiot fooled authorities with forged disability certificates, evading forced service. He then claimed to be part of the French resistance, offering persecuted individuals, Jews, fugitive resistance fighters, criminals, the chance to escape to Argentina. The price? 25,000 francs per person. But his rescue scheme was a lie. Instead, he injected victims with cyanide, stole their possessions, and disposed of their bodies. Initially, Petiot dumped bodies into the Seine River. When that became too risky, he changed methods. Quicklime pits in his backyard, burning corpses in the coal-fired stove in his basement. The house at 66 Rue de Caumartin became a chamber of horrors. Clothes and suitcases of victims piled high, the smell of death a neighbor's suspicion. On the 11th of March 1944, neighbors complained of foul odors and heavy smoke rising from Petiot's chimney. Firefighters were summoned and forced entry. What they found? Buried remains of 10 people in the cellar, even more in the backyard pit. Countless suitcases full of victims' property. The media dubbed him Dr. Satan. Petiot vanished for months, hiding until the liberation of Paris. He was finally recognized at a metro station and arrested on the 31st of October, 1944. At his trial, Petiot tried to pretend he was a resistance hero. He claimed his victims were German informers, killed by the resistance. The court did not buy it. He was convicted of 26 murders and executed by guillotine on the 25th of May, 1946. Most likely, he had killed many more. His true body count remains unknown. The facade of the benevolent doctor had masked something far darker. The tale of Dr. Satan is a chilling reminder. In times of war, when systems break down and trust is shattered, monsters can hide in plain sight. Some wear white coats, others wear uniforms, but the mask is just that, a mask. Behind it lies something far more sinister.